Hi guys, so today I've got for you quite a lot of favourites, as I don't think, when would have been my last one? I think my last favourites must have been at least 3 months ago maybe. So I've got quite a few things to talk about. I'm going to try and keep it quick so it's not too long for you, so I'm just going to get straight in. Only disclaimer is, yes, this is an actual pyjama top, but it's absolutely boiling outside. I cannot get comfortable and this is really cool fabric. So I hope you wouldn't mind. It's a nice pretty pattern, but I am in my pyjama top. So I'm going to start with this product just because I don't want it on my bed. I'm scared it's going to leak. And it's a new fake tan that I've been using. And it's actually not one, I suppose that it is the... it isn't one that is the easiest available. I haven't bought it from Boots. I was actually sent it from the brand, but you can buy it on their website, and it's the, I've been calling it Layex Tan, but obviously they've never actually said the brand name to me, so I could be saying it wrong. In the medium, it's a self-tanning mousse, and I've really been enjoying using it. I think it leaves a beautiful colour. It doesn't, I mean, they all smell. I'm not going to say it doesn't smell, but it doesn't smell too strongly. Obviously once you've swirled it off it smells a lot better. I took this on holiday with me. I went out for a week and I tanned before I went, and then I think I tanned midweek and it lasted me then all the way through. So I've really been enjoying using that one. As I say, I will link it down below. You can buy it online. It's not too expensive. I want to say it's something like maybe $12.99 for this. So really enjoying using that tan, especially with this weather. It's been great to actually be able to tan my limbs. I haven't got any on at the moment, so don't base it on the colour of me currently. So from Fake Tan I will go to, I've got only 2 skincare products this month. So this is not a new product, it probably won't be new to a lot of you, but it's Tata Harper Nourishing Cleansing Oil. And this is a very luxury cleansing oil. The exact price I would have to look up, but I want to say it might be about £70, and you know, I know that is a lot for cleansing oil, and I like normally say how much I love the Body Shop one, which is obviously a lot more affordable, but I really have felt a difference when I've been using this sort of higher quality cleansing oil, and it's just a real lazy way to cleanse. I think it is different. I think you have to get used to using an oil because you literally are rubbing oil all over your face. Obviously you do remove it with a flannel and it does just melt your makeup and it all disappears. I think it smells amazing. Obviously Tata Harper is a very green brand, so it's 100% natural and non-toxic, so it's nice to know what you're putting on your skin, and it's just a really fantastic product. So I've been really enjoying that, and you can see I've had it now for, how long would I say I've had that for? I want to say maybe since March time, and I use it really regularly, and I've only used that much, so you know it will last you well. And I would say normally it's not a good judge on how long I've had something for because I mix things up, but to be honest, any time I've been cleansing, my first cleanse has been with this oil, so I haven't even reached for any of my other cleansing oils. It has just been this one, so I would really recommend that. I've been loving it. It smells incredible. So that's my first skincare product. My second one is another oily based one, and I may have already put this in a favourites video. I should have checked, but it was so long ago I can't remember, and to be honest it's still an absolute favourite, so I wanted to include it either way, and it's the Leilani Champagne Serum Happy Hour for your skin, and it is just a, oh, it says on the back, from my loving hands to yours. Isn't it lovely? It's like a handmade, really beautiful brand. My sister got me for my birthday the mermaid mask, which I love from them as well. It's just a brand that I really do like. And this is like an oil serum, so for me I've just been loving nourishing my skin. I feel like it's all about like hydrating it and trying to make it glow, and I just think this serum just feels amazing on the skin. I think if you're an oily person you might think, oh, you know, this isn't for me, and I think fine, like yeah, maybe don't use it in the day, don't use it under your makeup because I think it would be an unusual feeling for you, but oily or not oily, it doesn't change whether your skin's dehydrated. Almost all of the population's dehydrated, so your skin still needs that hydration, so I would still recommend using this but using it on the evening under your moisturiser and letting your skin have that good drink up through the night, and then when you wake up you obviously cleanse in the morning, remove any of the excess oils that you've got and go in with maybe something a little bit lighter for a skin that is naturally more oily. I can't remember the exact price when I say 34, as always it will be linked down below, but that's been a real favourite as well. I did mention, I don't know if you will have seen on my pregnancy video, that with my skincare I got quite lazy for a couple of months. I just didn't feel like I could really be asked to do a lot with my skin. But that also had a knock on in that I didn't then want to try loads of new things and I wasn't mixing up my routines. So these are things that, you know, I'm really loving and consistently putting in my routine. So on to makeup. I will start with this Smashbox palette. Which I bought from duty free on the way to my holiday, so I got it at the end of April time, and it's 3 highlighters. Now they are lovely, but what I would say is that the middle one has been basically the only shade that I've ended up using, and that is in Crank It Up Pearl. Now I don't know if they sell that on its own, and if they do then I would highly recommend just this. It's the most beautiful shade. It's not glittery, it's not chunky, it's super though like metallic and highlightery, like you know it's there. It is like a soft champagne gold sort of colour, so it's got like a tint to it, but what I would say is, which is the other shade, oh that one, see that one is lovely, it's just a bit too icy for me a lot of the time, but I can get away with it, I can certainly mix. And this one though has got glitter in it. Doesn't look at my back, there is like a silvery glitter to it, so I find I don't like that one as much, whereas I love that middle one, and I do like that one, and as I say, I like the two mixed together, but this is the one I was reaching for weeks after buying it. Look, I just didn't touch any of the highlighter, it was just this one non-stop. Since then I have also really been enjoying 2 other highlighters. So the Hourglass Vanish Stick, what's it called? Oh, it doesn't say. I don't know whether it's strobing or highlighting, but it's one of the Vanish sticks, but in the highlighting shade. So they had obviously the foundation, which they've still got of this, that I love, and these are the highlighting products, and I've had it in Champagne Flash, which is lovely. It's actually quite a different shade to that colour. I would say this is a lot more yellowy toned. That one from the Smashbox has got a lot more of a sort of pale pinky peachy undertone. This is very yellowy, but I've been loving it. I just sort of dab it on my fingers, and then I've just been applying it sort of to the high parts of the face. And sometimes, if I'm being really extra, I'll do the cream first, and then I'll apply my blusher, and then I will just top it with a little bit of powder as well on top. But I've been really enjoying that. And I've been enjoying this full palette, but in here there's another highlighter, and this is one that I started reaching for, which is this sort of bottom corner here. But this NARS palette, firstly, just, I mean, look how beautiful that is. I just love the NARS packaging. And this is the Wanted One Cheek palette. And I can't remember how many of them are limited edition. Bumpy Ride was a limited edition shade that I think they've now got, but I own that in a single. But outside of that I don't own any of those colours, and I do have quite a lot of the NARS shades. So I've probably got 4 or 5 singles, but I've got another 2 full palettes as well, and I don't have any of these shades. I think it's really nice that it's not duplicates, but I've been loving, to be honest, all of them. This is the one that I wouldn't use as much all over, just because of the warmer weather. I find if I put something too dark, you can just look like really flushed, really hot and bothered. But I still will sometimes put a pop of it just on the cheeks. But as for all the rest of them, I've been loving them and using them absolutely loads. And as I said, I've been loving that highlighter, which I've found in previous palettes from NARS. Yeah, it is a beautiful shade. It's a lot more icy than the other shades I've just swatched, but it's lovely. But in the previous blush palettes I've got, I've never really reached for the highlighter shade that much in it, whereas this I've been loving, and that's been the main one that I've been topping this stick highlighter with. So I'm loving that. It is still available. I'm pretty sure that the Wanted one was more sold out on a few places. Like I know John Lewis has got it and it was sold out, Space and Cared and it was sold out, but they have come back in a bit. So you know, it's still definitely available. Then another glowy product I've been loving is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm sure I won't be alone in talking about this. It's got a super huge doe foot applicator that's just like a giant concealer brush, or if you're tart, what's it called, Shape Tape, essentially the same size as that. And it's got, I'll do a close-up if you can't see that, but it's got like a really light, like almost foundation colour to it, but when you rub it in, it doesn't really have any coverage or a tiny bit. It's mainly like a massively like glow-giving product that just sort of gives that blur, like a filter is what it's meant to be. So it does say you can use it as a standalone product. I think personally you would look a little bit like the Tin Man if you just did that all over your face. It does say, I don't think it says it on the bottle, but you're meant to be able to use it on its own, under foundation or over foundation. So applying it like a highlighter, which I've not really loved. My favourite way has been to apply it all over the face but under my foundation. I just think it gives my foundation a real glowy, dewy, amazing look. So I've been really loving that, and I have the colour Too Light. But yeah, I mean, I can see like my hand is absolutely like gleaming now, so I don't know how really anyone would get away with wearing that all over on their own, but each to their own. That's the last of my glowy products. I've got 2 lash products, an oldie but a goodie and a newer one. So I've been using the Revita Lash Advanced Serum, which is a lash serum that comes with a really thin brush like that, and you just draw it over your eyes like you would with a liquid eyeliner. So above your lashes, on the liner, when you've got no makeup on, you've got to leave it for at least 5 minutes to soak in. Only once a day, you only need one thin line. It's really expensive. I want to say it's like £110, so I know it's a lot of money, but my lashes are really short, so I'm happy to do anything that I can to help encourage them grow. And my mum did say to me the other day, oh, and she didn't know I was using this, your lashes are looking lovely and long, what mascara are you wearing? And I said, oh no, I am using my lash serum. So it is getting there. I think it's 6 months before is it 3 or 6 months before they say you see real results, and I haven't been using it for that long, but I have noticed that they are getting longer, so I'm going to stick with it, because I'm finding that when I then just curl my eyelashes and then use this mascara I'm going to talk about, then it does just hold the curl. I mean, they're looking a bit worse for wear because I've just had a nap before filming this video, so you probably can't tell now, but they have been like really separating and holding the curl. And then the mascara is the Falsies Volume Express Waterproof. So as I said, this is a real oldie. I remember Tanya Bo used to talk about this years ago, but I was using a lot of non-waterproof mascaras, which I love, but for me I can only get away with them when I've got a lash lift, because if my lashes aren't they're not naturally curly, so if I haven't got a lift, I curl them, I use a normal mascara, and then they drop. So I have to use a waterproof when having got a lash lift. And when you're pregnant, you'll struggle to get someone that will do a lash lift for you. And it's not so much that it's dangerous for the baby, I don't believe. I think it's more that your actual lashes don't take as well, so you don't really get the results that you want. So it's kind of a waste of money for everyone, because you'll end up probably complaining and going back for a second one. So all in all, they're just sort of saying no. So I haven't had a lash lift since like January, so now I'm having to go back to waterproof. So I went out and bought a new one of these because I remember that I used to love it, and I have been really enjoying it. The only thing I would say is, considering it's waterproof, I do still find that I get transfer below and above my eyes. Not loads of it, and it has been very hot, but I do still get it, which is disappointing with it being a waterproof mascara. But I just always try and like powder under the eyes, keep an eye on it, and I just love the way it holds the curl, so I'm still using that. And then lastly, I've got 2 perfumes, and they're really quite similar to each other. So I've got Gucci Bloom, which comes in this gorgeous box. I'm sure you've all seen the bottle because it was quite a popular perfume. Oh, mine's a bit, but it's this Gucci Bloom, and it smells incredible. I'm rubbish at describing fragrances, but all I would say is these 2 are actually really quite similar, and I think they've got quite strong jasmine undertones, which I've discovered I really love in a perfume. So this is Gucci Bloom, this is Diptyque, I think you say Dusan, I'm not sure, and this was part of my goodie bag thank you present from my sister for being her bridesmaid. and she'd bought the big set of them and given all of the bridesmaids a different fragrance, and so she picked this one for me, and I think it was just pot luck. I don't think at the time she realised how much I love like jasmine, but this is, I mean, they smell so similar. They're really, really similar, and I've almost rinsed that out, and it's such a perfect travel size, like, you know, for in your handbag and stuff. I really, really have loved that. And on the day of the wedding, because I had it in my bag, I did just keep spraying it, and I had so many people saying, you smell amazing, what you wear, and it is this. And I feel sad that I've used so much because I know it's really pricey, but I just love being able to smell it on myself. But as I say, Gucci Bloom is also not a cheap perfume, quite pricey, but they've got very similar undertones, so if you like that type of smell, you'll love it. If you don't, you won't like either, because they are very, very similar. That is all of my actual physical favourites. I have a couple of other favourites to mention. So in terms of TV programmes, I really, really enjoyed watching Innocent, which was, I think, a 4-part series that we watched on ITV. It is on ITV Catch Up, and I really enjoyed that. It's about a guy who gets let out of prison. He's been in prison for 7 years, and he's let out because he's tried for the 3rd time for the same crime, and the jury cannot reach a verdict that, you know, they need to all have the same verdict, and they can't. And it's about him trying to prove that it wasn't him, and that it wasn't him, and that he was innocent, and it's all around that. So that I really, really enjoyed. And another big favourite for the month, I did mention it in my last video, but my best friend has found out that she is also pregnant and she's having twins, and that has just been the most exciting, amazing news. I don't know anyone sort of first hand that's had twins. My mum and dad's next door neighbours have got twins, but obviously it's not really the same as your best friend having twins, so that's been a massive favourite for the month. And another, if you can class the month, it's just sneaked in at the very end, another one of my really good friends has just had her little baby boy Max. So he's, what day are we on? He's 5 days old today, I think. Yeah, 5 days old. Been to see him today and had a big cuddle with him, and he's gorgeous. So there's some really sort of exciting bits of news that are going on. Obviously, as you know, I'm having a baby as well, and it's just lovely, all the little babies coming into the world. It's a really nice time. So they're my favourites for the month. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe down below. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.